Hey folks, this is ioEther. We're back with some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is Extreme Unicorn Warfare, and he is in his T-10 on Tundra in a Tier 10 game. And that's a lot of T's. And weirdly enough, the T-10 is not Tier 10, but it feels like it should be when you say them back to back. Anyways, so this is like the third game we've gotten from Extreme in his T10, and in his thing he explains that as he's grinding this thing at the moment, so probably gonna get some more. In his email, that's the one. His thing, yeah. I can English, totally. Okay, so there's 3 other tier T10s in this game, and 6 tier 10s, so this should be an interesting game. I feel like there's something that needs to be said before we get started. I feel like maybe it's just because I've been doing a lot of announcements lately. Oh, right. So I'm still planning on streaming every Tuesday, assuming I have the day off work. I've been using Mondays to stock up on videos for the week, and then Tuesdays are like my day off of recording, and so I've been streaming a lot of Skyrim. And if you like Skyrim at all, or just want to hang out, or whatever, then come over and hang out with the stream. I should be starting from about 1 p.m. Eastern, 1 to 2, depending on the day, and how much, and when my wife gets lunch and stuff like that, to about 7 p.m. Eastern. I do have to take a 5-minute break in there somewhere, to get my daughter some dinner, as she runs in the door and runs back out again. But yeah, so come and join the stream and have some fun. And last week was actually quite a bit of fun. Okay, let's get into the game as somebody else has some fun. Oh, is that Patton gonna attempt it? He is, and he gets shot in the side fort. Only the I guess he got shot twice. I was gonna say only the once by us, but I think somebody else, maybe the T-44, tagged him and knocked off a bit more health. Hi. Wait a second. I can swear you're a scout tank. I'm pretty... yeah, you look like a scout tank. But see, the thing is, this is where the heavies and the mediums sit. Why are you here? If you're a scout tank, you should be over there scouting, or running through the river, or waiting to jump through here. This is not the place there should ever be a scout tank. Unless, of course, like, you're rushed up the hill. But by the time you got here, it was way too late to go up the hill. Why are you here? Basically, I'm a little bit irritated because there's no way he does anything from that location. But he's still going to push up, because he's ground all the way to Tier 10, and he hasn't figured out how to play a scout tank yet. Great. That's going to be amazing. So our Centurion is going to have a hard time getting out of that location. I think that's why he's not moving. I still don't know why there's a Rheinmetall Panzer up there, or what he plans on doing. Is his gun even pointing the right direction? Because I think it's pointing over his shoulder. I feel sad. Well, we're probably going to use him as a proxy spying device, because I don't think he's going to be useful for anything else. Oh, look. No, I was wrong. He, in fact, can get himself shot by the enemy team for nothing. That's cool. We'll go with that. T-34 apparently wants to perform the same task, and so he gets to. We gifted him some shells. They were loaded and armed. He may not have realized that when he asked for them, but we gifted them to him anyway. It looks like there's a VKP who's going to ask for the same gift. And we're going to be happy to donate to him. Actually, the VK is smart, and it looks like he's not going to come down this route. And actually, all the enemies are being really cautious about pushing. More cautious than they really ought to be, and more cautious than obviously Extreme expected them to be. Either they're getting pinged by the Centurion as they're moving around, or they just keep seeing the Centurion and thinking there must be people behind him, and then not understanding why they can't see anything. But basically, since our forces moved away from here, they dedicated to a different portion of that. This section of the enemy should be pushing, even if it's just to kill the Centurion, and then start looking for fire into here. But they're not, which gives us the opportunity to keep them contained and then push out in the rest of the map, which is exactly what our team is doing right now. And when Extreme kind of figured out that the enemy don't intend to push, now he's going to come up here and he's going to start harassing them. Unfortunately, though, the TVP just took out our backup, the T-10 that was guarding our flank. So now there actually is nobody guarding the backside. As you see, Extreme loading an HE shell to take out the T-10 over there. He's hoping to thread this through and just like clip a part of his armor that isn't heavily armored, so that the splash damage will do 71 damage and take him out of the game. Unfortunately, if the T-10 retreats, this is going to backfire because there's no way he's going to go through the front of a Patton with this thing, with this HG shell. Now, if the Patton is dumb enough to show us his side, or we could reload, which I didn't realize he was doing, but that would work too. Why is the T-95 turning all the way around? Yep, it's a dead T-95. It turned all the way around. It's been hit by multiple enemies, and he's tracked in like the worst possible position. It's kind of like, shoot me, Oh, I'm sorry, my backdrop moved. We're gonna put a weight on that and make sure that doesn't happen again. I wonder how long that's been like that. As the Patton decides, instead of coming down the easy way, he's gonna jump off a cliff and potentially die just by mistake. He manages to make it, gets shot twice, and dies anyway. And now we find out that the enemy T-10 is shooting HE at us because he can't figure out how to pen when there's nothing for us to hard our lower glacis against. So why isn't he not shooting us in the lower glacis? I don't know. Apparently he's shooting us right here with some HE, which is also a little strange. Because why? Bush mechanics. Good job with the bush mechanics. Making sure the STRV couldn't see him while he could still see the STRV's outline and take him out of the game. And then he pushes up to make sure the T-10 isn't right here waiting. But I get the feeling that T-10 is being rather cautious. He has just lost every member of his team, or almost every member of his team. Every member on this side of the map. Oh, he went around to push on the other side and kills the Centurion 5-1 that has been sitting there forever and doing a great job. Up until this moment in time where he is now dead. Well, that's a bit annoying. The grill not looking in the right direction, gets shot once. It's going to obviously turn its gun in this direction. It can two-shot us, and if it even hits us once for damage, it's going to severely limit our ability to do any more damage. So I like the fact that he just peeks around that corner and clips the outermost part of that gun shield, which of course counts as part of the tank. So, ow, it's annoying. And so he manages to take out the girl without getting shot anymore, and that was a really smart move, well executed, and actually it was quite nice to watch. Artillery apparently didn't realize that if he shot us with none of his backup around to save him, that we might go and hunt his butt down. It's this weird thing, right? If you just waited for the T-10, the artillery could have combined forces with the T-10, and they would, could have done some serious damage because the stun would have landed just before the T-10 attack, if they'd done it properly, obviously. And then would have blown a med kit just before we get hit, and potentially blown the repair kit just before we get hit. And then we would have been in really deep trouble. However, that's not what happened. In fact, what happened was we got shot, turned around, killed the T-10, or killed the artillery, and then now we're coming back to finish off the T-10, who was apparently, nope, mind. I was thinking we went somewhere different. So hopefully, he's right as we turn this corner. Unfortunately, it looks like we've lost every member of our actual team, and so now there's a Batchat and a T-10 left, and the Batchat's camping. Now on the upside, we've completed most of our mission. We just need a tiny bit more damage, and we will actually complete the mission. I don't know if killing this little T-10 over here is going to actually get the damage done to complete it or not. And where, you may ask, is the T-10? I don't know, but we know the way to get back to our cap. And so it looks like, aha, I like that move. So you notice that he avoided the tree, because of course you can see a tree falling from across the map. Whether or not you can see the actual tank, you can see the tree fall. You can see, things being destructed. And so if you do not touch anything, especially when you're on your way to make a key military move, that is the best way to guarantee that you're not getting spotted until you actually get spotted. Now, unfortunately, as much as we have 395 health, and the enemy T-10 only has like 10 health, we effectively have the same amount of health, because unless he's severely, mind-numbingly horrible low rolls, this game is going to end with the first shell fired by whoever fires it. Right? So the first person to fire a shell is likely to win the game. And so I want to fast forward because I want to get to the ending, but at the same time, I can't, because if I do, we're likely to miss the ending. It's going to be quite fast when it happens. Unless we get to some sort of place in which we can spot him through bushes and he can't see us, or vice versa, in which case it's just going to end rather badly. But other than that, it's going to be two hunters meeting in the woods, freaking out, and the first person to fire is going to be the winner, more than likely, assuming you connect, of course. And pen, oh, I like this. So the very start of the game, Extreme hid behind this hill until he had to push out to capture the hill. Whoa, me in English. He hid behind the ridgeline until he had to push out and capture the hill in order to start this game. And now we have reverse places, and it's the enemy T-10 who's beyond that ridgeline, and we got to push into him or do something in order to pull him out from behind that ridgeline. I like the circle of it. Or we can just back up and take him out of the game. Also notice we got our damage done for our mission, which can't have been all that much. Right, there we go. 70 damage. I was like, I was looking up here, I'm like, no, I don't think that's how much damage we did, but we in fact did 70, and that must have just barely pushed it over the edge to finishing that mission. Well done, sir. And good job with the Rattly Walters. Yeah. Let's see how we did. Ace Tanker, Duelist, Fire for Effect. He gets obviously the Rattly Walters and Top Gun. But you notice how only one enemy that he shot at, he didn't kill. Everybody else, he finished off eventually. I do like the fact that this is the same battle that we shot that cliffed over us. And of course, everything else was a single shot except for the grill, which you need to squeak the second shot into to just barely overcome the damage that he had to be done to kill it. But overall, well done, sir. Not the most damage on the team, mind you. But I assume... Oh, because we got 8 kills. Wow. Those kills really do add up in experience. Which is weird. I feel like it should be the damage that has the most experience attached to it rather than the kills. Assuming, of course, that everybody was spotting their own damage for this. But something really interesting emerges. So this is a tier 10 game. And we're still having people that are doing less than 1,000 damage. That Centurion that sat there all game did a 1 shot of actual damage worth. And the rest missed or bounced off. And he still held the enemy front for a long time. Yeah, you guys gotta be like aggressive sometimes. And that whole enemy push, there was like 6 tanks up on that ridgeline, or up on that hill. All they had to do was push one Centurion, who apparently couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if he was inside the barn, off that hill, and they could have like steamrolled over the rest of the map. But they didn't. They held back and they waited because they didn't want to be the one to take the first hit. Whereas if there was a platoon of smart people up there, it would have gone much, much differently, and this would have been a much harder battle to claw back for a victory. This was a great game. Thank you so much for saying it in, Extreme. And I think this is worthy of your time to watch, don't you? Anyways, I'll see you all later. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. This is ioEther out.